Hello and welcome to our special feature series HDFC ERGO presents Insurance Ki Pathshala partnered by Times Network. India is one of the most connected countries in the world. We bank on our phones, shop at midnight, invest in seconds, and yet when it comes to insurance, most of us are still guessing. That's what this series is here to fix. In today's episode, we will be talking about one click to coverage. For the longest time, buying insurance meant paperwork, multiple branch visit, and unnecessary waiting. Today, a first-time buyer can compare insurance plan, complete KYC, pay online, and have a policy in their inbox all in few minutes. Joining me today for this special discussion is Somesh Surana, Joint President, Digital Business Group and Marketing at HDFC ERGO General Insurance, and Peeyush Dalmia, Senior Partner at McKinsey. But before we start the discussion, let's listen in to Times Network viewers.
नहीं, इस तो अभी तक कुछ किया नहीं। मैं एक्चुअली मैनुअली करता था। मैनुअली मेरे घर के रिलेटिव उनके थ्रू से निकालता था।
एक्चुअली इंश्योरेंस एजेंट से उनको कॉल करके बुलाना पड़ा और फिर उनसे बात करनी पड़ी। उनको बताया, उन्होंने मुझे कुछ क्वेश्चंस पूछे, क्यूरीज पूछे कि क्या क्या नीड है मेरी, और उस हिसाब से उन्होंने मुझे सजेस्ट किया।
क्यों तो मुझे एक्चुअली मैं प्रैक्टिकली बात कर सकता था। ऑनलाइन में किसी से मैं बात नहीं कर सकता। ऑनलाइन खाली फ़ोन लगा देते, होल्ड में रखो, इससे बात करता, उससे बात करता, ऐसा इशू होते थे, इसलिए बाद में छोड़ दिया मैं।
अगर मैं खुद प्रोसेस कर रहा हूँ तो मैं सेल्फ सिलेक्ट करूँगा, क्योंकि मैं ऑनलाइन बहुत सी चीज़ें सर्च करके देख लेता हूँ, उसकी वजह से मैं ऑनलाइन सिलेक्ट करूँगा।
Because what happened in today market, consumer is always seen in online portal for pricing and features, but 90% मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि लोग प्रेफरली करते हैं कि उसे कुछ डीपली समझा पाए।
आपको वॉकिंग नहीं जाना पड़ता किधर, या फिर किधर आपको बोलते ना, आजकल इंश्योरेंस सब मोबाइल पे ही सेल होता है, डिजिटल हो या फिर फिजिकल हो, सब प्रोसेस मोबाइल से ही होता है। तो फिर आप मोबाइल से लोगे तो बेटर रहेगा।
It was quite clear from the app interface itself, and of course I did get a call. It was quite clear.
Well, we heard what the public has to say. Let's discuss all these points with our experts. Welcome to the show, Somesh and Peeyush. So I'll start this conversation with you only, Peeyush. If we talk about the digital India, we have broken all records on the UPI front. We are the world leader when we talk about the digital transactions. We have 900 million internet users. But on the insurance front, the global, if we compare the global penetration, India's penetration is much below the global average. We are just at 3.7%. In general insurance, it's just 1%. So do you think that this digital penetration hasn't reached in the insurance sector, or how this disruption has impacted India's insurance sector?
Anurag, thank you for the question and thank you for having me on the show. I'll answer this in two parts. If you think about overall insurance penetration, you refer to India being roughly at about 1% versus the global average being much higher. That is predominantly driven by a couple of product categories: SME insurance, home insurance, etc., not really taking off in India in a big fashion. And again, that's because the perceived need by the customer seems to be low at this stage, driven by awareness. On the other hand, if you look at motor, you look at health, at an aggregate level, the penetration of those product categories are quite similar. I think we're not lagging behind the rest of the world on those categories, but a couple of large categories have really not grown, and that's what has resulted in overall penetration being low. As far as digital is concerned, the headline is always about new sales, how much you're able to drive sales through digital. But to us, that is not really the main element. I think insurance has four components. There is sales, there is servicing, there is renewal, and then there is claims, which is the true moment of truth as far as insurance is concerned. And
so in insurance, the digital share will increase eventually going ahead with the more and more adoption?
It will, but I think again, if we break this up into these four parts: servicing, claims and renewal, India is already comparable with the rest of the world. It's only new sales where we are slightly behind, but that too, I would say we are behind only a couple of geographies, like China and a couple of other particular geographies as well, driven by two things. One, the simplicity of products in India as of now is lower compared to what we find in many of these geographies.
Okay.
Digital sales happen when the products are really simple. And second, insurance is a trust-based product. It requires a lot of investment, unlike other financial services products, to build that trust. And to do that, you need concerted investments over a period of time.
Okay.
In China, if you look at, a couple of players have made significant investments. In India, you have one or two players, but more need to emerge for that trust to build, post which we will see digital sales really take off.
Okay, now Somesh, I will come to you. Peeyush is saying that Indian insurance companies need to make simplified product. He also added that if a product is simple like UPI, it's very easy to scale it up. So Indian insurers like your company making a simplified product or still long way to go?
No, I think first of all, thank you so much, Anurag, for having me here. Very well explained by Peeyush as to what could be the reasons that we've still not seen the digital disruption in a country like ours. I would completely agree in terms of, he said 3 points: awareness, and there is a role to play not only of insurance but at an industry level, and that there are some efforts which are happening at industry level as well. So I think awareness will help us reach there. Absolutely right, there needs to be simplification in products and the buying journeys as well. To an extent, some of the insurers have taken that lead and done that as well. So like he was saying, the phenomena of research online and purchase offline, or research online and purchase online, both exist in our country. The complexity of the products which currently we have at times results into people wanting to speak with somebody.
Okay.
Now the only difference, a different point of view that I want to add to what Peeyush said, in my view, only people coming online is not the definition of digital. Digital needs to be looked at any channel.
End-to-end servicing.
Any distribution channel. Today there are multiple distribution channels in the insurance industry. You can go to an advisor and buy a policy.
Yes,
you can go to a bank and buy a policy. You can go directly to an insurance website and buy a policy. You can go to digital platforms and buy a policy. And you can go to digital aggregators and buy a policy. There are and many more options that are available. End-to-end stitching of onboarding on all the channels is what you should look at, true digital transformation. And like he said very rightly, it is not only onboarding. It is a product where you will require servicing, where you will require renewals, and where you will require claims, because there is nothing that we sell.
In HDFC ERGO in last 5-7 years, how much transformation, the digital transformation we have seen in end-to-end product, from underwriting to claim servicing, from premium collection, from end-to-end?
Very, very valid question. So just to put some numbers and give you a perspective of that, almost 50 lakh transactions we've seen which are happening on servicing side on our self-help portal that we see. Out of this, 86% of these are digitally managed and 12% of these are AI managed through AI. So I think we've been working since past many years to ensure that we can give the experience that a customer is expecting, because today the consumer is really changing and the preferences of consumer is changing so fast that if he or she is going to any platform and getting an instant service for any other product, they expect the same from insurance as well. 94% of the policies that we issue are issued digitally, Anurag, you'll be happy to know. Obviously, there are certain insurances where you need some sort of to and fro proposal form inspection, and those are the only ones which are not issued digitally.
Peeyush, because you must be advising retail companies, banks and other companies. So how one-click advice is different in other sectors and in insurance?
If you need to get to one-click journey, Anurag, I think the most important thing is that you basically sort of need to know the customer well. And that results in two things. One, it makes what you're offering to the customer personalized, because every customer has their own needs, own requirements. If you give out a generic offer, it'll never be one click. The customer will bounce off. And the second, when you make that offer, you can't be asking the customer 10 questions and then deciding whether or not you will offer the product to the customer. It has to be pre-approved, as we call it in financial world, or it has to be auto-underwritten already. So by the time the product reaches the customer needs to just know that he has to click and the product will basically belong to him.
Somesh, in renewal journey, he's saying that one-click movement is there. Other than renewal, for buying a new policy, is there one-click movement there where I'm saying I want to buy new insurance policy and next moment that policy is in my mailbox or in my WhatsApp?
No, absolutely. I mean, all the digitization that I'm talking about is something where we are enabling the customer that they can buy policies digitally. The only thing that you need to understand, Anurag, is different products behave differently. There are certain information which are required when you are buying a health insurance, and hence you need to declare all of those informations before you buy the health insurance. If I talk about a product like travel insurance, you just come, you fill few details, on a click of a button, the travel insurance is with you. And we have seen that a lot of people are buying travel insurance when they are standing in the queue for the visa, because somebody told them, oh, you've not bought a travel insurance. I mean, just to give you some numbers, 40% of the sales that we do on our website is unassisted, where customers come, they do their understanding of the product on their own, and then they make the payment of the transaction and they buy the product. So clearly people are moving, and there are different kind of customers, like Peeyush was saying. There will be a set of customers who would prefer speaking with somebody before taking the decision. There are a set of customers who will do their own research, go for reviews, probably look at some of the reviews that you've given, and then go and buy on their own.
Peeyush just said that more than 70% they research online, they get all the details through digital mode, but end up only 10 to 12, 15% end up buying. So remaining that 50, 60%, they buy insurance through advisors, other distributors, because some sort of nudging is always required in insurance. So digital also plays a role in it.
Absolutely. Like I was saying earlier as well, there are multiple distribution models which are available for selling the product. Now, consumer can decide whether they want to, and most of the times what we have seen is, in a category like health insurance and motor insurance, consumer usually want to speak with somebody, wants to take an advice before taking the decision, and hence the channels like advisor and agents which are available, bank where you go and you can talk to an advisor, any of the digital platforms and digital aggregators, even on direct platforms.
Insurance has a quotient of trust also, and those platform can give that trust quotient.
They can give the trust quotient, and another important point is there is no end date attached to products like health insurance. And hence people tend to say, okay, I will buy it later. So when there is a person who's again and again following up, that also helps them to finally close and take the health insurance and products like those. So that is another thing that people feel, that if there is an advisor, if there is a person in between who speaks with the consumer, it will help in closing the sale earlier.
But in whole journey, there is a role of digital distribution.
There is a role, because like I said earlier, if you see, what was in life of an agent or advisor, he used to get a physical proposal form filled, go to the branch, submit it, give the check, and then wait for the policy issuance for probably a couple of days. Now today, all of this can be done digitally. Payment can also be collected.
He can have more number of customers. His productivity will improve.
Exactly.
It's a time for a short break on HDFC ERGO presents Insurance Ki Pathshala, partnered by Times Network. We'll be right back after this break. Hello and welcome back to HDFC ERGO presents Insurance Ki Pathshala, partnered by Times Network, where we have been discussing the finer details of one-click-to coverage. Peeyush, I will understand from you how Gen AI will reshape India's insurance industry in next 3 to 5 years, and which will eventually help insurance industry and customers also.
One of the biggest pain point in insurance purchase or claims filing is that you have to fill up a form, and the forms are not necessarily always the simplest to fill up as well. the biggest change GenAI will bring in our view is it'll make a lot of things conversational. Everybody likes to have a conversation. Nobody likes to fill up a form.
Yes.
But now tomorrow, imagine that I don't need to fill up a form. All I need to do is either tell my agent or the system, just articulate verbally that what my details look like. My name, my date of birth, my gender, all of that I can just simply articulate and the form automatically gets populated. So movement from form filling to conversational systems is one big shift. And the second we think is personalization.
Yes. Hyper-personalization.
Hyper-personalization. It is a very abused term, but hyper-personalization is something that will sort of help improve.
You will get what you need.
You will get what you need. What I need versus Anurag, what you need versus what Somesh needs is very different. But typically all three of us get the same offer. We are same age group, broadly same affluence, same education background. But now with GenAI, we can get very specific offers and that will make both our lives useful or our lives simpler. It'll also make things easier for the insurance company as well.
Okay. Somesh, it's a government's vision, regulators' vision, insurance for all by 2047, long way to go. Do you think that with help of digital journey, with help of tech, with help of AI, that 90 crore, 900 million online users, they can be brought into the gambit of insurance and it will be beneficial for insurance companies also, for society also, and eventually for policy holders also?
I think, Anurag, the way I would answer it is that we are very positive as an industry. We definitely want to achieve that vision. We want more and more people who are obviously already an internet user or mobile phone users to also look at insurance as one of the options. Three things that we need to look at is, one is awareness. We already spoke about it at an industry level, at like organizations like us, thought leaders like us should be making more and more people aware. And we've been doing certain initiatives you're aware of. We run a insurance quiz, which we've been doing for almost 10 years now.
Yes.
And we go to schools so that we are catching them young. The second point is accessibility. I think digital will help people to access insurance products wherever they want from. So like I said, they can go to a bank, they can go to an advisor or an agent, they can go to digital platforms, they can go to digital aggregators, go to insurance websites. Anywhere you go, you will get accessibility, and that is what digital will help you. Then the affordability. And I would just want to give you an example of what Peeyush just said. You also added hyper-personalization.
Yes.
It is already happening and digital is making it even more seamless. In motor insurance now, you can go and buy products like pay as you drive.
Pay as you drive.
I drive only 5,000 kilometers. Why should I pay for more than 5,000 kilometers? You drive 15,000 kilometers, you will pay for 15,000 kilometers. And this is already happening, and digital is making it absolutely seamless to find out how much you drive, what do you do, you want to buy a top up, you can come and buy a top up. So already all of this is happening in the industry. I think more and more innovations, more and more people should come up with these new ideas, personalized products, propositions. It's very important to understand the consumer and the preferences and then come up with it. Just one example that I want to give you here is we launched something called Here by HDFC ERGO almost 2.5 years back.
It's a very popular app.
Today we have 1.1 crore people using that app. And all
those are not your policy holders.
Almost 65% of those are not policy holders. And what we have seen there clearly is that when we have given something which is meaningful for them, people are coming and using the app. Just one simple example, you want to know how much you need to pay for a knee surgery in one particular city in a hospital versus another hospital in the same city or another city. You can just come and type it, and who better than us can tell you, because we've been paying claims for last 24, 25 years. So we know how much it will charge. And these are the kind of things that you need to give to the consumers so that they know that there is something beyond insurance as well. They see the value in it, you engage with them and gain the mind share and then gain the market share.
How is the traction from tier 2, tier 3 cities? Or do we need at the industry level to create more awareness, because insurers are reaching to top metros, tier 1 cities, but still a lot of work need to be done for the tier 3, tier 4 cities to achieve the target of insurance for all, to increase the insurance penetration, to cover everyone under the gambit of insurance.
Absolutely right, Anurag. I think it is the actual Bharat that we call is what we need to cover. And that starts from tier 2 and beyond. Having said so, at least for an organization like us, at 70% of our business in retail, health and motor is coming from tier 2 and beyond.
70%
of the business comes
Oh
from
my
tier
God,
2 and
it's
beyond.
quite a big number.
Exactly. And we've been doing it for long. What you also need to understand is, like I was saying, you need to make products which are suitable for them. So our new Optima Secure product of health insurance that we've launched, we have a pricing which is 6 different tiers we have made in pricing. So that if somebody is residing in a smaller city, he or she should not be paying a premium what is applicable in a bigger city. And these are the kind of innovations in products that you'll have to do. Digital obviously will help us in reaching out to people, and we are doing our
So
part
you're
on the
making
awareness.
sure that customer is making completely informed choice or informed decision.
Exactly.
So now I'll move to our rapid fire segment, and in this segment we will separate fact from fiction in our segment, and I have a statement for both of you, and you have to tell me it's a myth or fact. So Peeyush, I will start with you. Indian consumers drop off mainly because of price?
Myth.
Myth. Somesh, the cheaper the premium I find online, the better the deal I'm getting?
No, it's a myth. You should properly read all the exclusions and inclusions. You should look what you are buying for, what are your needs, and then buy a product.
Somesh, again, question for you. If I haven't received my policy document by email, my insurance is not active yet?
No, it's again a myth. Your insurance starts and is active as soon as you made the payment and your transaction is successful. Your insurance cover starts.
Peeyush, next question for you. A simpler journey always performs better regardless of product strategy.
Absolute fact. Unless you're selling Coldplay tickets, a simple journey is always better.
Somesh, next question for you. A claim filed through an app or online platform may take longer to settle than one filed through an agent.
It's again a myth. You can file claim from any mediums or any intimation channels that we have. We treat all the claims absolutely the way it will come from any other channel.
Next question for you, Peeyush. If a journey takes more than 3 clicks, most user will drop off?
Fact, it is empirically proven that you will have almost 70-80% customers drop off if it takes more than 3 clicks.
Last 2 questions for you, Somesh. Technology can replace the need of human intervention in claim?
No, I think humans will be required. It's the moment of truth, like we said. And in some situations, if there is a requirement, humans will be required.
Digital claim processing can reduce turnaround time. Somesh?
Absolutely. And like we were talking, if the ecosystem is connected, we can further reduce the turnaround.
Thank you so much, Somesh. Thank you so much, Peeyush, for joining our conversation and sharing these insights.
Thank you, Anurag.
Thank you, Anurag.
With this, it's wrap on HDFC ERGO presents Insurance Ki Pathshala, partnered by Times Network. See you next time.